From the West Coast, we're coming to you live from the NFL's newest and the world's most expensive stadium. State-of-the-art SoFi here in Inglewood, California. Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. And here we go from LA. Return starts at the 3. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Even 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Throwing on 1st down, Nix. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
Again on 2nd and 10, Nix. That finds Miller, complete. Gets it to the 15. All the way, touchdown Denver! The Broncos take a 6-0 lead right away. Point after by Mevis is good. And the Broncos will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Mevis ready to send this one away. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Play action now for Herbert. His first throw is an interception. Pat Surtain has it. And the Broncos take possession of the football. What a call for their first pass of the game. It would have been a big hitter if they completed it, Brock, but just not the right touch on that football, and it ends with an interception.
You could just tell these cover guys, they've been waiting for their first chance to go get some work done in this one. They did their homework, number one. And number two, Kate, as Russell Wilson loves to say, the separation was in the preparation. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Nix from the gun. Into traffic, complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. Easy way to do it, catches just like that, going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it. Well, how quickly things can change. They were looking so good just a couple of plays ago, and suddenly, not anymore. A red zone look comes up empty with that interception.
I think the pressure got to him there, Kate. And I don't even mean all those pass rushers, although they were certainly coming too. I mean the pressure of being third down in the red zone. That's where you got to slow yourself down as a quarterback and know you've got to simply protect the football.
2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Raise this across the 25. Along the sideline past midfield. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Quite the throw from him on that play, Brock. I gotta say, he looked like he'd make quite the emergency quarterback for this squad if the need ever arises, huh?
And, Kate, I know how this plays out, all right? They worked on it all week. He showed out during the practice week on the practice field. And now he just showed out when it really mattered, and everybody's going to hear about it, and they don't mind, because you're absolutely right. That was a dime for 6.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Able to get it to Franklin. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Or it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. Your 3rd and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
They're set up at the 35 now. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. He completes it in traffic. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. No progress on 1st down, and they'll bring up 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. Has him on the quick hitter. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Brought down by Julian Blackman.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
On third down, here's Nix. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. It's the end of the first in this AFC West showdown. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We're back to SoFi right after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And not a great choice on first down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually, so 2nd down coming up.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, he just couldn't quite hang on.
And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be good for a Denver first. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
He brings it in. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Here's the handoff. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Broncos take a 2nd quarter lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Mevis ready to send this one away. His return starts at the 5. And he's out of bounds up across the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Herbert. And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Broncos get set to take over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Play action with Nix. And the man is there to knock that away.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And this defense continuing to erase the ground game. This one stopped at the line. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on third down.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
This finds Franklin. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. A play fake, now Herbert to throw. He's gonna push one deep. Big gain downfield. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. Dicker on now for the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Chargers tie things up at 14. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. He fields it from the 8. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Short pass brought in. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock still running. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Brought down by Julian Blackman. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Now Nix. Completes and ends. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Here's Nix. He finds his running back. Nice work, complete. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 39. That one's caught along the left side sideline. Give him 24 on that play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
They kick the running back in motion. They'll throw again. Nix. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Chargers make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half. Inside the red zone, they could feel how tight they were to the goal line. And then bam, Brock, they're off the field after a clutch interception.
I tell you what, football is the ultimate team game, but this is a situation where an individual picks up all 10 of his guys out there on the field. Somebody else is going to pick up the tab at dinner tonight for him.
1st and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Finds McConkey. And he goes out. Just needed one more step to reach midfield. They get 22 on that one. And the Chargers will have a first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. He's back to throw. Dump off caught by his back. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He takes a pop, and the ball comes out, and they steal it back on the return. Well, Brock, you and I were talking about this during the halftime break. This game is going to be decided by who makes the bigger plays in this second half. And right away, we've got a big one.
Yeah, what a brilliant moment for the special teams to create that turnover and that fumble right away. Gives them the first opportunity. We know there's a handful of plays every game in the NFL that dictate the terms. And that was an awfully big one to begin the second half.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs. It gets the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Nix. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Chargers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, Brock, it was an absolute battle in the first half as they played to a tie heading into the locker rooms. And already we have the first big play of half number 2 with that INT.
Yeah, not just the first big play, but maybe the first separating play here, Kate. There's always a moment in the second half, especially when one of these teams makes the play, right? That one that we're going to circle and look back to is the defining play of the half. We may just have witnessed it right there.
From the 48. Connects with his back, Kimani Vidal. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
1st and 10 from the 41. A give now from the gun. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Drew Sanders that time on the stop. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
This wide receiver run game, what it really does, Kate, is it tests the soundness of your defense. How assignment sound are you? Well, that was an excellent example of this defense doing its work on the practice field and, more importantly, put into execution on the game field. You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Herbert now. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Charvarius Ward picks it off. And the Broncos will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
I know he started to play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. We'll make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you're on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just sling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
Able to get it to Franklin. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He can take it to the house.
Extra defender in the secondary now for the Chargers. Third down coming. Nix from the gun. He's got a man left. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
And they'll stop him after a short pickup to the 24. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Herbert now off the play fake. And that falls incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And now it's 2nd down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Back-to-back carries here. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it brings up an LA 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Throwing on first is Herbert. That's taken in by Samuel. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
On the play fake, it's Herbert. He's on the move. Now here he goes. And he nearly gets to the 25 before going out. They get 13 on the pickup. And it brings up an LA 1st down. Opening carry of the game for Kimani Vidal. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. After 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither side has been able to fully separate. It's still a tie ball game, 14 points apiece as we get ready for the 4th. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And he'll be just inside the 10 before he goes out. They get 19, and now they're going to have first and goal.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. It's an air raid touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers break that tie and now lead by 7. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's a return from the 7. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped.
Hey, Kate, the best kick returners I was ever around, really at any level. They want this opportunity. They want their chance to help their team. They know they're down, but they also know that return, especially a good one like this, can set the offense up for success.
Here's first and 10 from the 34. Shotgun snap to Nix. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They'll run here on first down. And he's going to have this one down to the 43 on a good run. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Quick to the left, it's caught. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Hey. At the 7. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them first and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
He completes it in traffic. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
They'll send him up the middle. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. With a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Back to throw it. Yet another interception, and that could be what does it. Picked by Alohi Gilman. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Herbert from the gun. Escapes the pocket. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the second one used by the defense in this half.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Chargers leading by 7. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. And they'll kneel this down.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
This won't run out the clock just yet, Brock. They're going to have to kneel it again after this one. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
He'll take a knee here as that clock approaches the 40 seconds remaining mark.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
The Chargers lined up in punt formation. And this will be his second effort of the contest. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. So the Chargers come away with the win in this one. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end.